I chose chapter 6, which is cognitive theories of learning. It mainly talks about the thought process and how you receive information and retain it. The information processing system is basically the process of information being absorbed. The human mind is designed to make things have meaning. So this process can happen unconsciously, consciously, or both. The information process has three main components, which is sensory registry, working memory, and long-term memory. Sensory registry is the first component of the information process system. This is where information is received from the five senses, which is to taste, touch, smell, sight, and hearing. The information comes in large amounts, and the duration is very brief. Working memory is the second component. This is where information is received and stored for a short period of time, and that information is what is being thought at the present time, like whatever is on your mind at the moment. That's the working memory. It's also known as short-term memory. You can have like 5 to 9 items at a time on your mind, and the duration is like 12 seconds. Long-term memory is the third component. This is information that you receive and store for long periods of time. Researchers believe in this stage that this information that is stored in a long-term memory is never forgotten. So in learning strategies and in school, the long-term memory is what we aim for, because whatever you're teaching, you want the students to learn and retain and use it forever. Talking about the thought process or information process, you can't do that without talking about the actual brain, where everything takes place. The human brain is very unique. It weighs about 3 pounds, and it's divided into hemispheres. The right hemisphere is responsible for the nonverbal language. The left hemisphere is responsible for the verbal language. Majority, if not all, of the tasks we perform involves these hemispheres. The nervous system is very important, because without the nervous system, the brain doesn't function or function properly. How we get information is through the nervous system. Those transmitters get stimuli. The stimuli is transferred to the neurons. We have neurons in all parts of the body, so the information is transferred through the stimuli to neurons. That's how we, for example, like if you touch something hot, the stimuli is going to determine whether it's hot, and it's going to transfer that heat or it's burning to your neurons, which is going to let you know, hey, this is hot, we can't touch that. Memory strategies. Memory strategies are basically things we use in school to help students remember meaningful information or information that is a part of a lesson is very important. The information process contributes to learning. School is basically memorizing facts. When students are learning, they receive and retain information. The meaningful parts can be considered as the creativity, conceptual, and problem solving. And that meaningful information that I speak of is information that makes sense or have significant meaning. Students being able to associate things to current knowledge and relate experiences give them a better chance to learn and remember information. This is true. Students, things they are learning, they associate new information to old information that they already know, to be able to understand and retain and remember and process everything that they're learning. As we know, everyone has a brain, but everyone does not think the same. Everyone does not learn the same. And this is why we try to have different teaching strategies, different study strategies. On this particular side, we're talking about study strategies and different ways students can learn and students can retain information. When students receive information, they can remember this information by summarizing, selective underlining, outlining, note-taking, mapping, graphs, videos, lectures. I mean, it's unlimited ways that students can study and retain the information that has been given to them in order to either master skills, well, in my case, master skills, because I work with kindergarten. So they have to master each skill in order to pass on, or in order to have those essential skills that they need for first grade. Teaching strategies. Teachers who are knowledgeable help students learn. These are said to be effective teachers. These teachers help students to process information and retain the information, and many techniques are used to make this possible. Some of those techniques are questioning, modeling, activating background knowledge, etc. I would consider myself a effective teacher in some ways. This is my first year teaching ever, and it's still a lot for me to learn, but there are some things that I do that help my students. And like I said, you can use pretty much anything as a teaching strategy or a study strategy. I just feel like do whatever you can do to get for the kids to understand and retain. In my class, whatever the skill may be, onset and rhyme, rhyming, letters, sounds, any of it, I use a lot of YouTube. I do the concrete things with the lessons and all of that, but I use a lot of YouTube videos and songs to grasp the kids' attention. They love singing the songs. And if they're singing something that's associated with the things that they have to learn, it's easier for them to remember it. I share this with the other teachers, and I mean, it's just great. You have to find what works for your students and what grabs their attention, what grabs their mind, what gets it going, what helps them remember. Whatever you can do to help them remember is great.